Hey everyone, it's Alyssa and I am back with another cash envelope stuffing video. And this is for January's second paycheck. So this is my last paycheck for January. And it was a little bit more than my typical amount. Let me zoom you in. So I usually get paid $1,123, but I got $3 extra this time for some unknown reason. So we're just gonna go with it. But I also have a new bill this month, unfortunately, and it is going to be a part of my bills from now on. And that is this lovely health insurance bill. But yeah, it's apparently just time that I start paying for my own health insurance, so I am including that in my budget. And first things first, we're just gonna start with the things that I transfer. It is a little bit earlier in the day than I usually do this, so hopefully today will count as a business day for my transfer. We'll see if I can get that in the next couple of minutes. Cell phone is $45 as usual. Adobe Suite is $5. Spotify, I don't have to put anything in this week because I did the $5 last week. AMC A-List is $10. Disneyland, $55. Speaking of Disneyland, I think TJ and I are gonna go this Sunday. And if you like seeing Disneyland footage, you might want to follow my new vlog channel. I will leave a link in the description, but I will definitely have Disneyland vlogs up on that channel. I do like to include some Disneyland footage on this channel, but it's just kind of hard sometimes to make it fit like the theme of my channel. But for my vlog channel, you know, anything goes. So I will post Disneyland footage there. As always, I will leave a Debt Snowball blank because I'll just put whatever is left over for that category. For gas, let me get my purse. Okay, I'm just gonna look at what I have left over. So I do have $20 left in my gas envelope, and I still, believe it or not, do not need gas. I haven't left the house in almost a week now, so I'm not using a lot of gas. I did use a little bit of the gas money for groceries because I like food, but I'm just gonna do a 20 in the envelope this time. Groceries will be 60. That's definitely what I'm spending the most of my money on with my new way of eating, which I am loving, by the way. Spending, I have 25 left over, so I'm just gonna do 15. Speaking of not leaving the house, I've noticed on this no spend that I'm doing for January, I just am not browsing stores. And also, to go along with this, I'm just in a really accelerated class online right now, which is taking up a lot of my free time. So I'm just not going shopping for things that I don't need. And then car insurance is 65. Car maintenance is 30. Anniversary, this is the last time I will contribute to this envelope until TJ's birthday is over. We actually leave for our trip in a couple of hours. We're not going far, we're kind of doing like a staycation, but we are staying in a tiny house and I'm so excited. If you guys want to see footage of that trip, definitely check out my vlog channel because that is where that stuff will be posted. But I just want to have some extra money to spend on Disneyland and just on our trip in general. Maybe buy TJ something to go along with my main gift that I got him. So that is the last time that we will fund that envelope for a couple of months. TJ's birthday gets 12. Dog food gets 15. Gifts gets 15. I did not do the same spacing for this paycheck and this paycheck, so things are kind of all over the place. Christmas gets 20. Saving for my brother's wedding gets 20. Clothing gets 20. Toiletries gets 15. Medical gets 5. And health insurance, I think I will start actually paying for it in February. So that means there's 3 paychecks until it's due. So I'm gonna do $50. My health insurance will be $150 a month. So since I have 3 paychecks until that is due, I take 150 and I divide that by 3 to give me 50, but in the future, when I only have 2 paychecks to pay for, I will do 75 each. So it's kind of a bummer to have like additional bills slowing down my debt snowball, but it's not that big of a deal. So let's see what the calculations are. Okay. And the reason why this is going to be a cash envelope is because I will just be paying my parents directly, same like I do with car insurance. So it's not going to go up here to what I transfer to pay online. It is just going to be paid to my parents. Like somehow, oh okay, I was like somehow I added a bill, but it's still not that much different than last week, which was $407, but it makes sense now because I have less going into gas and spending. And on that note, a lot of people ask me, you know, what I do if I have money left over in envelopes, and I will either do like I'm doing this week, where I will just put in what I need into that envelope. So let's say every 2 weeks I put in $40 and I have $20 left over from last week. I will just put $20 in to make it my normal $40 amount. Or I could take the money from that envelope and just spend it on whatever I want. Or I could take it and put it in another envelope that needs funding. Like let's say gifts was running short, or I needed to get something for my dogs. Basically it's kind of like a free-for-all. I can do whatever I want with it. Or I could just put it towards my debt snowball. But I'm just going to make sure that I'm being as frugal as possible and just put in what I need for these different envelopes. Okay, so right now we're at $293 for this section. And then let me add $412. So $705. I usually have, okay, I got out a sticky note because I'm not that good at remembering numbers. But so we have 1126 minus 705. And I can put $421 towards my debt snowball, which I don't like seeing that number go down, but it's not the end of the world. I am working on selling some things. If you guys are interested, I am selling things on MERCARI, and I will leave the link to my shop in the description. I've sold like Gymshark leggings, which I have 1 pair left as of right now. They are the Nikki Blackadder season 2 like collaboration leggings that I just barely wore. Like fossil purses, things like that will be up on my shop, as well as just Forever 21 or like thrifted clothes. And I'm not trying to make like back the money that I spent on those things. It's going to be pretty discounted. I just want to get rid of things around the house and hopefully make additional money to go towards my debt snowball. So if you guys want to shop in my shop, you are more than welcome to. So $293 plus $421 is $714. So that is the amount that I need to transfer. But I'm gonna go ahead and start the transfer process on Capital One. And if you did not see, I did a video recently all about Capital One, my experience, and if I recommend it, things like that. Cool, so just started the transfer, so hopefully it should get here on I think Tuesday now. Usually I do the transfer on Friday, but after like the cutoff time, but I'm a little bit early this time, so hopefully it'll get here early. But now we'll go ahead and do the little envelope section, or the sticky note section. Let's see, I need to be taking out $412, if I can write properly. And as usual, no hundreds, just 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s, and 1s. Okay, so gas gets $120, groceries will get $3, spending gets a 10 and a 5, car insurance gets a 50, a 10, and a 5, car maintenance gets a 20 and a 10, Anniversary will get a 50. TJ's birthday gets a 10 and 2 ones. Dog food gets a 10 and a 5. So does Christmas gift, or sorry, just regular gifts. Christmas gifts gets a 20. Wedding gets a 20. Clothing gets a 20. Toiletries gets a 10 and a 5. Medical gets a 5, and health insurance gets the other 50. So let me calculate this really quickly and see if I did it correctly. I always double check myself. Perfect. So that is correct. And I always write the number next to it for the teller. And some people ask me like, oh, does it bother the teller when you come in and like ask for all these different denominations? And actually a bank teller actually commented on my video and let me know that it is really helpful when we come in with a little like breakdown like this, and it doesn't bother her at all. So don't worry about seeming like you're being a pain or anything. It's their job and you're making it easier by coming in with a plan already. So I'm gonna go to the bank and I'll be back to stuff my envelopes for you guys. Okay, so I am back from the bank. I saw my favorite teller there. Hi Victoria, if you're watching. But I am also back on the G7X this time. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference in any sort of quality, but it is a lot easier for me just with the wider angle. And shout out to Canon for the awesome customer service. I don't know if you guys saw my video where I talked about how I got this camera, but it was refurbished and it worked great for a couple of months. And then I think I was a little bit too hard on it when we went to Disneyland one time, kind of like throwing it in my bag and whatnot. And it stopped, it did something weird with the lens. I sent it to Canon and within a couple days of receiving it, they just let me know they were going to just send me out a brand new unit. I was expecting a refurbished one because I feel like typically companies will replace things with like refurbished products, but especially because I purchased it refurbished, but they sent me a brand new camera and so I'm really stoked. But long story short, back on the G7X and I'm loving it. But let's get into the cash envelope stuffing. Okay, so I can toss this. I'm gonna take out all of these envelopes. I do need to, one of these days when I have free time, go back and kind of do these better, or maybe just put on a new label instead of having them written like this. That's, you know, one of these days when I have time. So let's see, we are gonna start with gas, and I'm just gonna put $20 in there. I think TJ will probably drive this weekend when we go to Disneyland in our tiny house, but we'll see. If I drive, I'll have plenty of money to fill up my tank. Groceries will get 60. I feel like pretty much every video there's someone new coming in asking questions that I thought like everyone knew, but these envelopes I made them myself. I have not given you guys the new dimensions. Let's see. A couple of you guys have asked, but honestly I didn't measure them when I made them, so I wasn't sure, but let's see. They are roughly 6.5 by almost 4, like probably 3 7/8. So 6.5 by 4 roughly, but I just kind of went off the size of a dollar bill. Okay, spending will get 15 to accompany the 25 that's left in here. I'm kind of amazed. I don't usually have money left over in my spending envelope, so being on a no spend and not being able to spend any money, it really does help. And I'll definitely do a video at the end of this month or beginning of February talking about my experience with a no spend and all of that good stuff, kind of recapping the month. Car insurance will get 65. was like, why do I have money in here? It's so weird having my last paycheck of the month being like right in the middle. It feels like there should be another one left before bills like this are due, that are due in the end of the month, but this is my last paycheck for January, so it makes sense. Car maintenance. My envelopes are all out of order right now. Car maintenance will get 30, and I feel like I didn't tally up the money in this envelope last time I did an envelope stuffing, so I will do that now. Okay, so I'm gonna take out all of this money. It says we're at 264. Actually, I did. So we should be at 294. Okay. Whoops. I hate that. Okay, cool. 50s just make everything annoying, and the bank tellers will agree. I always mess them up with my uneven number of 50s. But, so we are at 294. Anniversary gets another 50. I'm gonna take this envelope with me on our trip, and that'll just kind of be spending money for the weekend. TJ's birthday gets 12. He's not here this week, so I don't have to worry about saying dollar amounts. His birthday's not till September, so I'm definitely very far ahead of when I'll need that. Dog food gets 15. We are about due for some more. I did use some money from here to pay my little brother to walk my dogs recently. It was raining a lot here in California for the last couple days, and they were like kind of going stir crazy, and he wanted to make some money, so I paid him to take them on like a multi-mile bike ride. So I'll use money like that, or money from this envelope, for things like that. Anything for the dogs. Okay. Gifts gets 15. And this says gifts/Christmas, but I just have not changed it. As I said, I need to set aside time to redo my labels, but I barely have time to do anything right now, let alone something like just for fun. Christmas gets a 20. I feel like that'll be really nice to not even have to worry about Christmas this year, because I will have saved up slowly all year long. Wedding gets 20. And you know, if it gets close to the wedding date, or you know, a couple months out, and I feel like I have enough money for everything, I will definitely stop contributing to this. So far, I don't really know what all is going to be expected of me other than just buying my dress. I know the bride's pretty like chill, so I don't think there's going to be anything crazy going on. No crazy bachelorette party in Vegas or anything like that. Clothing gets a 20. I really want to save up for a pair of Madewell jeans. I recently decided to part with like almost all of my jeans that I didn't really love for one reason or another. Like either the rise wasn't high enough, or a pocket was weird or just didn't fit me around the waist well enough. And I want to raise my standards with my clothes a lot. I don't want to have things in my wardrobe that I don't absolutely love. So I've heard really good things about Madewell. I've heard good things about, I think it's called Good American. So I'm going to save up money for a really nice pair of jeans. So I will not be buying clothes for quite a while so I can save up. All right, toiletries. I saw a couple 5s. Okay. $75, dang. And I don't really need anything right now, I don't think. So that's always nice. Christmas kind of got me stocked up on like mascara and things like that. And I've been wearing a lot less foundation lately since I've gone dairy free. My skin has been loving it, so that's an unexpected benefit for sure. Seems like this has a lot of money in it. Oh, it's because they're all 5s. So let's see. I know my mom won't mind if I give her small bills. 30, 40, 50. So I'm gonna take out just gonna do a little switch. So I'm gonna give my mom some smaller bills. When I give her the insurance money. And so that just kind of keeps the money that I take around with me less bulky. And I could probably do that with toiletries too. Let's see. I think I said I have 75 in here. So there's 70, but let me just double check. Cool. Okay, so this will go in toiletries now, and then mom will get a bunch of 10s and a bunch of 5s. Awesome. Okay. Whoops. So all of these go back into my wallet, which if you're wondering where I get this or got this from, the link is in the description of basically every single one of my videos. If there's something you are looking for, it's probably in the description. Okay, I'm just gonna write on here if my Sharpie is working. It wasn't really working earlier. Yeah, it's not doing so hot. Okay, so that is going to be for health insurance. So there are all of the envelopes that I keep in my safe. This one, I am just going to take the money out and stick it in a little secret hiding space back here in my wallet. So while we're on our little mini vacation this weekend, I'll know that there's some extra money stashed back here just for the purposes of our anniversary. So I don't have to feel bad about spending it, but if there's extra left over, you best believe I will put it towards something else, probably my debt snowball, because I'm a little depressed that that got a little depleted with my new bill. So this is just gonna go like into my storage for envelopes that I don't use. But as you guys can see, I add and remove envelopes like all the time. So I like to keep some on hand that are not in use, but I can always repurpose them for a different envelope. But yeah, so that is my cash envelope stuffing for my second paycheck of January. And if you like these videos, make sure you are subscribed and have the little notifications bell turned on so you don't miss them. And be sure to check out my vlogging channel if you are interested. Who else gets like 9,000 solicitor calls a day? I've gotten at least 10 today. Anyway, if you're interested in more content from me, make sure to check out my vlog channel. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye!